going?
The library that will soon be a boutique hotel.
All right.
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
We are going to take our floor plans that we're redoing and make sure what we think is there is actually there, to kind of try and make sure that we're not overestimating how much room we have for the rooms that are going to be in the hotel, and also make sure we're not underestimating.
That makes sense. So when we're designing a space, specifically for remodels, we have a lot of constraints, and so our ideal scenario isn't always what we can actually physically build. And
Yeah.
so would you rather build from the ground up, or would you rather remodel an existing building?
I would say building from the ground up is so much easier because you can just put the square footage there that you want. But this building has a ton of history and architectural details that would be incredibly expensive to put in a building or a home nowadays. So I feel like there is a give and take between the two, to where you get something with one that you don't get without the other. So, I don't know.
I would agree. There's something romantic about saving an old building, but it is a gigantic pain in the butt when it comes to putting all the modern features that you desire for a project into a very old space that was not originally designed to house those items.
Yeah.
And so like we're putting lots of bedrooms and bathrooms into a library, and so that space was not originally designed to have all of those mechanicals and utilities, and so fitting all of that is definitely a challenge. So I think we're up for it, right?
I mean, we better be. We're in it, so we're doing it, whether we're up for it or not.
No take back seas right now, huh?
No take back things.
All right. So we came down here today. The purpose of today's trip to the library was to look at the as-built drawings and see if they were accurate, which we're finding discrepancies, right? Yeah, things don't quite line up, and so we knew that some of these walls were structural and load-bearing, and this thick wall that's here in the front definitely is load-bearing, although not the entire thing. We found that there are definitely some like concrete posts, there's some steel posts in other areas, and so some things that we have to work around, which does pose challenges, but ultimately it will be worth us figuring out. We pulled back some of the carpet and found an interesting pattern, so we may end up digging some of that up a little bit more to see if there's any chance that there's like tile or anything worth salvaging, or at least interesting finds. I know that for Lauren, one of these big challenges is she wants everything to be to the inch in terms of perfection on her drawing, and doesn't love it when things don't line up, and that's just part of a remodel, right?
100% it is.
Okay. And so we've got some things like in this room right here, this appendage that's sticking out in the corner of the room. Part of it can go away because there's old ductwork that's going to go away ultimately, but you know, this is supposed to be a bathroom, and this entire section right here is old chimney for the old coal boiler that used to be in the building. So not going to be able to do anything about that. Don't really want to demolish an entire chimney. And then over in here you can see there's some steel posts in this section that we're obviously not going to be able to move because it's holding up part of the second floor, and so that is inside of there. We got another one on that side. So structurally challenges that we can't really mess with. So what do we do in that scenario, Lauren?
Adjust.
Work around it.
Work with what we have.
Yes.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Figure it out. So, well, you know, you haven't been in any of these videos yet.
No.
What is your vision of the library?
I would say comfortable.
Better air conditioning.
Yeah, it's hot in here right now, guys.
You're glistening.
Yeah, we've been working for a couple hours in here so far, so the sweat is real. I would say I want it to be comfortable, like you can come here and relax, but also really beautiful and refined, I guess. Yeah.
Those are great words.
Yeah.
What is the number one thing that comes to mind that you think is going to be just like a jewel within this hotel? Like the thing that you think that this hotel is going to be known for, or just a design piece within the hotel that people gravitate towards? What do you think that might be?
I mean, the lobby I don't have completely worked out, but I know the lobby is going to be really beautiful. And probably the uniqueness of the rooms, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that's something that for me is a bit of a challenge, is that we want some cohesiveness between the rooms. That way, if you stay in a different room at a different point in time, it all feels the same, but you also want there to be a uniqueness to each of the rooms as well. And so they'll each have their own feeling, but they need to tie into the overall design style of the hotel. And I think when we have rooms that have kind of an awkward cutout in a corner, or in a couple of the rooms we're going to have a bit of overhang from the lobby mezzanine.
Yeah.
And so how do we incorporate that into the design? Because the sacrifice is if we cut it all back, now there's less lounge space upstairs, and we don't necessarily want that either. And so I think that it's getting comfortable with the imperfections that are in an existing building to a point where it's like, okay, it's okay if this thing isn't just perfectly pristine, and how do we get the character and the quirks to be a feature rather than a detriment?
Yes, 100%. I think that we're going to put a lot of time and effort into that, and hope that it turns out better than we plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions?
Yes.
Wallpaper or wainscoting?
I prefer wainscoting.
Okay. Let's see. Marble or wood for floors?
Both.
Both?
Yes.
Okay. Green or blue? Depends. We've done a lot of green lately, and I think that she's hankering for some blue in her life.
I like both, yeah.
So,
yeah,
we've added green in several projects over the last couple of years, and so we'll see. I think that a lot of work to do, but we're penciling it together. Our plan is to have the plans done, and ideally permit in hand end of August. The city tells us their review process is much more streamlined than what we've been used to back in California, which we are excited to test that. We have our rough floor plan. We've been here measuring so that we can send red lines back to the architect.
Yes.
And next steps are going to be to get those revisions, see if we have any more last minute changes, and then everything goes off to the different mechanical trades to design their portions. So fire sprinklers, HVAC, plumbing, electrical. And so there's a lot to do, bring an old building back to life.
So if we want plans in hand by end of August, when do I need to have plans turned in?
They said 2 weeks, and so that means in a month from today, we're hopefully going to turn in plans. Now that might be stretched a week or two, one direction or the other.
Okay. I mean, ideally I'd like to have them in sooner than that, but with all of the back and forth that we're having to do, and like come and measure here and compare with the plans, and the plans are not exactly what's here, we're probably going to need all of that time, I would imagine.
Well, and I will guarantee you, based off of my experience, even once we think we've got it dialed into the inch,
it's not going to be.
It won't be.
Yeah, it won't be. We'll be really close though.
We're going to open up a wall and figure out, oh shoot, can't move that one. We just did that today.
Yes.
I went and you've seen, I've got some holes around here, And
Yeah.
there was one wall that's solid concrete, so
Yeah.
that one doesn't get to move.
Yes, but that's okay. The goal is to find those out now so that when we're in the middle of putting everything back, there's no surprise.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
anything else that you want to share today?
No.
No, that's it.
Just
Okay.
want to get out of here. It's hot.
Well, until next time.
Yeah.
Subscribe,
See you
like,
next time.
share. Have fun, guys.
Bye.